welcome to Bodega Chat with Michelladonna. What's up, girl? That's what I say. Enjoy.
Bodega can be, I don't know, there's always like the bodega that is the necessity bodega, and then there's the luxury cunt bodega that has the good juices.
Yeah.
And then there's the in-between.
That's the gentrified one.
Yeah, where they stop. Well, my line is you can get like a little cunty and have the juices, but when you stop the EBT, that's when I'm like, fuck you.
They stopped the EBT?
I'm saying when the bodega stops. Like when I used to live in Harlem, and that was like my neighborhood, my stomping ground for like 8-9 years. And my favorite bodega, I was like, it's okay, it's not getting gentrified, it's not getting gentrified. And like the last year I was in Harlem, they were like, no more EBT. And I was like, that's fucked up.
Is that allowed? That's my question. Like, how is that allowed?
Yeah, they can say, well, usually what they say is like no EBT for hot food is usually how it starts. And then they can say like no EBT at all.
There was EBT for hot food?
At my bodega, you could use it for everything. Or at least like my friend that had EBT would come and we would like ball out.
Yeah.
But they, I would not ball out. I was not taking advantage of.
Oh, yes. No, of course.
I would not ball out.
I miss being on EBT for real.
Every time I tried to get on it, it would tell me I was making too much money. I'd be like, how? And then my friend was like, dummy, you are not supposed to. I'm like, really?
Hypothetically.
My friend was like, well, I was like, if they look at my account, they'll see the only money that's in my account is rent and utilities. Like I don't have anything else. And
like,
they're
I have
like,
my password. There's nothing else.
Right. But my friend was like, you're supposed to say you don't have a bank account. And I was like, oh, wow.
Well,
I game other systems. I just chose not to do the ABT ones.
Yeah. I got scared. They send a lot of mail. They use so much paper. I got scared. And well, my thing is like when I really needed it, I was on unemployment. Like it was like a mess. The world was a mess. And like it was
when
really
I was on unemployment too. Yeah.
But then now when it's like, nah, I'm really like, I do need help, but like, you know, I do have my rent money, this and that. I freelance here and there, and they're like, but prove you're broke. Show me. Like
it's about quality of life, right? Like what kind of quality of life are you having if the only money you have is paying bills? Like you deserve to be able to go to the grocery store and make you some lobster mac and cheese. You
know what my thing is?
What?
It's like they want to keep you poor. It's like it's a system because you know how long you have to wait to talk to someone. You know how long you have to wait. Well,
they underfund these branches of government so that you get like tired of the bureaucracy and you're not taking advantage. But the thing is, a lot of the reasons why we even get the funding, what happens is they underfund these branches of government, so then they go into a nonprofit sector, and a nonprofit is a capitalist solution to services that absolutely should be free. So if you think about it, you have EBT, but then you have all of these other nonprofit companies that are helping single moms and all these different things, when really the government should be taking care of us, not spending billions of dollars on wars and in countries where it's not any of our business. Yeah.
Oh my God. And that makes sense, because then those nonprofits, right, when they ask for donations, they're also
rich people get richer because they
don't have to take taxes. They don't have to pay taxes.
It's a tax write-off. It's not that they don't have to take taxes.
Right.
It's that they can say, I gave $5,000 to this organization, so now don't charge me $5,000 less on my taxes. But think about it. Now think about how that money works too when you are donating. If you're on the board of a nonprofit, and again, we've already established that nonprofits are a capitalist solution to services that should be free.
Yes.
You are influencing these said social services because you're a part owner of it, right? So it's not really, I mean, if that's what we want to talk about, we can talk about it.
No, but I'm so interested. I really never have sat down and thought about this. I just when I get on the phone,
I think about this stuff all the time.
I'm just like, bro, can I buy some eggs? The eggs are $10, $15.
The whole point is to exhaust you. That is the whole point.
It's so exhausting. And I think about how much privilege I have too, which I can speak the language. I have gone to university. I know a little bit of my rights.
And you went to university because it's understood that you go to university so that you can then graduate into a job.
And that's a whole different lie.
And university's a whole. You want to talk about scamming?
That is such a scam. No, and you know what?
Scamping.
It's such a scam. I want to talk about university now because
What did you go to? What did you study?
I studied applied economics and management, and I went to Cornell University.
Oh, you're so smart.
I am.
Okay.
But look at me, I'm doing a fucking podcast in front of Chips, and which I love because I'm doing what I actually love to do now. But that first year out of school, and I also graduated during COVID. Like my graduation was canceled because of COVID, and
I'm sorry, that sucks.
Literally the only fucking thing I needed. Like I was just like, this is the only thing my mom needs, and they were like, it's canceled. And like, great, thank you.
Well, they really bank on the way that we have ritualized these chapters of our lives, and it's really unfortunate, especially if you come from like immigrant parents or a family that has not had people that have graduated from college. They want to see that ritual. And then also colleges take advantage of the fact that the family, we've bought into this ritualistic idea, and ultimately college is a way that you spend so much money that you barely have to be told to be yourself. Yeah.
Well, my thing is like, all my life I was just told don't get pregnant because and go to college. Don't get pregnant, go to I'm like, okay, bet. So I didn't get pregnant. And I went to college. I'm like, bet. And I'm on my way, and you graduate, and the world is literally upside down. Everything that we thought was so structured and completely like needed to happen, completely upside down. And then it's like, oh, so everything was a fucking lie. Everything was a lie.
What was a pause? Everything was a lie, and then you started to realize like, oh, so the government is capable of socially helping us way more than they have in the past. And why is it that you have to be like on the street? And even then, now we've criminalized, like Eric Adams has completely criminalized being houseless. And we've spent all this money on more police instead of in social infrastructures and social solutions for all these people that are living on the street. We don't need more cops. We need more homeless shelters. Literally. We need more social workers.
Yeah. And then making those spaces like, supportive and safe.
Right. But that don't make money.
Yeah. Yeah.
That don't make money. What makes money is criminalizing everything at a cost.
Yeah.
And I mean, poor people and black people and the criminal justice system is one of the biggest ways that the U.S. makes money. Yeah.
I've heard some crazy statistics, and I went to a public high school in New York City. Where are you from?
I'm a military kid. That's why I seem so worldly.
Okay, period. Well-rounded.
But I'm from Florida. Sure. I'm just calling myself a swamp girl.
You said, I'm from all around, and then Florida.
Okay. Not even Florida, the Panhandle, the swamp.
I've heard about it. Love that for you. We'll get into it.
You know what? The beach is beautiful. It is one of the world's most beautiful beaches. I'll never take that.
Which beach?
Panama City Beach.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even friendly.
Where is like the Panhandle?
The Panhandle? Okay. So
is it like the one on top or on the bottom?
It's not the cool part of Florida. It's like lower Alabama, Georgia. Think that. Like think you're driving down from New York and you go straight down, you cut through the Carolinas, Virginia, DC, you keep going, and you don't go east or west, you just go straight down. That is the Panhandle. It is the balls part of the dick of Florida. It's where the scrotum would be.
Ah, okay, so the top. Okay, yeah. I don't understand.
Yeah, but you understood that.
I was like, yes.
It's this part.
Okay.
Yes. And it has the world's most beautiful beach. The sand really does look like snow, and it's super soft, and the shells are amazing. And as someone who loves water spirits, I'm always going to appreciate the waters of a place.
I want to talk about that with you because you're very into water. And I'm like, I had an experience with water.
Ooh, tell me about your experience with water.
Not an experience, but like an experience. But first, I want to introduce Bodega Chat.
Woo!
I'm so excited to be here once again. in Bodega Chat, at Bodega Chat, within Bodega Chat.
Bodega Chat.
Exactly. I'm Michelladonna. I'm your host. I'm here with Jess Henderson.
Hi.
Actor, comedian extraordinaire. Just like otherworldly goddess type B, energy vibe. Really and sweet. Of course, and that's what I feel. I'm not even blowing smoke up your ass.
Aww.
Yeah. And I'm so excited. We were just getting into not even conspiracy, just like straight facts about the government. So tap into that. It's educational, and I just want to continue this conversation about water. Because I'm trying to think of when I met you. I don't recall. But do you remember when you met me?
I think I definitely feel like I saw you with Lorena.
Yeah. I think at your show, right?
And then I met you on a show together, and Lorena wasn't there, and it was like, have we met before?
Yeah. Yes.
And then you came up to me afterwards, and you were like, I like that you're talking about all that spiritual stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, thanks. And then I ran away like I always do after shows.
No, we were outside. We vibed though.
Yeah.
With Francesca and Natalie, right? That was that circle.
Francesca, you said you wanted to talk some more.
What happened?
Francesca wanted to talk about spiritual stuff too.
Oh,
we did have a magical night under the tree.
Yeah.
And I'm remembering now. And then they had Natalie had a pack of Skittles, and I put my hand in the bag to get like a little fistful, and I got every single color of the rainbow.
That's so cool.
And Natalie was like, "What is wrong with you? Like, of course you would be the one that got like every single color of the rainbow."
That's actually real. I've never done that.
I feel every time I eat Skittles, it always comes out with every single color.
Wait, new goal?
If I always grab with my left hand, it will come with every single color.
Okay, new goal just dropped.
Okay, new goal. Grab a bag of Skittles. See how intuitive you are.
See if you could do it.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so no, we met. That was a beautiful night because, so if y'all don't know, basically comics, you can come to a show, you can do your time, you could dip. That's one option. Or you could come to a show and literally spend the time and just have a good time and end up making new friends and magical connections. And that's basically what happened that night. I just felt like I was so excited to be around all these awesome people, and everyone was such a cool vibe. And then we went outside to smoke, and we were just chatting and vibing. And did we go back inside at one point? Yeah, we went back inside for a little bit.
But they were playing what's their name? They
RuPaul.
No, not RuPaul. It was the Grammys, I think, and it was a performance by Sam Smith. They were dressed up as the devil, and they were playing it too loud, and we were like, "What's going on? It's too loud." I think.
Wow, your memory is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it comes and goes. It comes and goes. Okay. And I will say that if I say anything about this class of comedians, it's that everyone is really, really nice and approachable in a way that I enjoy. Because when I first started comedy, I always dip after shows because the vibe would always be a little too much.
What class of comedians are you talking about?
I'm like you, everybody that's new on the scene, younger than me. I feel like you guys have really good energy and good spirit.
That's nice.
Should we talk about someone? No. Not everybody. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. But I will say, the people that run around Natalie, the people that run around Francesca, they are good people.
That's okay. What I wanted to say is classes. Okay, for folks that don't know, comedy low-key has classes. You have your freshman, your sophomore, your junior, your senior, your super senior.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's girl, just stop. Just please stop. Go get a job. Yeah. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Teach a stand-up class.
Stop! I'm screaming. Stop. I taught stand-up, but
hey, how was that?
It was like a stand-up spiritual class.
Oh,
it really was. My whole motto was, let's get to know who you are, and based on who you are, let's build comedy from that, because that's more sustainable than being able to create social commentary.
Yes.
And you have to find something that's sustainable and fulfilling for you, because I think what a lot of young comics and young writers don't realize is that when you get these first TV jobs, they are just mining your mind. Again, TV, all of these things, they're capitalist businesses. on top of art, and that doesn't really necessarily go hand in hand. So you have to figure out how to create some sustainability in your life in an industry that is unsustainable.
Literally, every time I start feeling like annoyed about comedy or just anything, or like down and like I don't know what to write, I'm just like, what am I doing this for? What is the reason? I have to go all the way back up to like,
and my class was like, what is your mission statement? Why are you doing comedy? Because if that is clear to you, you're not going to be thrown off by the bullshit.
Yeah. And something I had to tell myself, because last year I was having like really weird, like people were being really mean to me. That's why you were like, oh, people are so nice. I'm like,
I've had people be mean to me.
But I'm like, why? I don't want what you want, bro. Like, I have other goals. I'm thinking business. I'm talking about my money. I got businesses. Like, I'm not thinking about going on tour with you, baby. Like, I don't care. Like, I mean, if someone wants to throw me on tour, like, fine, I'll go. But like, I'm not in the same lane as you. I don't want that. And you're just so mean. And it's other women too, which is the worst.
When it's people that share any type of identity with me and they're mean, that has me in my feelings. But I'm really trying to recognize if it's somebody that like mirrors me that's being really mean. I also know what I've been through, and I know my shadow, and that bitch is not nice. You know, she's like a drunk driver. And I think some people, like I see myself, this is kind of corny, but I see myself as like a little Volkswagen Beetle. Okay. And you have like all your shit packed into this tiny car, and you have passengers, right? And they're your friends. Some of them are really fucked up, like jealousy, possession, all those things. And you could see them in the car, but you're not going to let them drive it. And I think a lot of people let their demons and their shadows like drive because we have this sense of shame. Because again, capitalist society, we live in a binary and we only think good and bad. And so we're not taught. I didn't mean to get this.
No,
but we're not taught. I also think it's because we're not taught like grief. We're not taught any sort of shadow acceptance or grief. So people carry this shame of like having not great feelings about stuff. Yeah. And it then controls the behavior versus accepting your shadow and trying to move forward. And I think that in this industry, the shame, the insecurity, that's what really thrives. And some people make it or get some sort of spark of recognition before they've even met themselves. So how can I expect somebody to show up authentically when they weren't even given a chance to meet themselves before everyone started perceiving them?
Yeah, no, I was feeling like a little funky at the end of last year because it was just like back to back people being really mean. And I was like, I did not do anything to you. I do not understand. And I had to get back. I was like, fuck it, I have a business degree. I could go do and period. I was like, no, I am passionate about. I'm like, why am I doing this? What is the point? Why did I literally turn away a lot of money with like working? I could have been working in finance, but I would have been sad as hell. I don't know if I would have been here today. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for real.
So why am I doing it? And I just had to be like, listen, you are here to share your experiences. You are here to show someone in the audience that looks like you, that or had an experience like you, or thinks or sees the same programming or wants to see themselves on TV or whatever. That experience of seeing themselves on stage or whatever. And so I was like, okay, just be my fucking self. Like, I'm funny and I know that. And the people that will, if I'm authentic, that will attract the right people.
100%.
And that's what happened recently. I'll say recently because I'm not sure when I'm going to put this out. But recently I had a show, Muñecas Sucias, and you were on it.
Yes, delicious. I loved it. It was so good. Such a good show.
But this is like, I didn't know most of the people in that room. And really? I didn't know most of the people in that room. Maybe like 10 folks. And I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful. It's attracting the people because they had fun. Your set, they had fun. Okay.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with the audience during my set.
And I'm like,
and I was a little nervous because it had been like a couple of months because I've been in and out of doing my spiritual stuff. So sometimes I'm veiled and I don't go out as much. So I was a little nervous. And then I also realized, or remember when I got there, I was like, oh, this is a POC show. Yeah. Stakes are higher.
Yeah. No, I always tell people, like, people are always like, oh, like when I think about booking comics and like me and Papi, which is my co-host, we start
so cute.
He's so cute.
He's
my
so
mom,
handsome. I have a crush on him. I'm like,
I know. My mom is like, how's Papi? She calls him Papi Chulo. Like, how's Papi Chulo? And I'm like, Papi Rosa. She's like, him. How is he? Or like, what is happening between? I'm like, Mom, he's gay. I'm gay. She's like, okay, but maybe one day. Yeah. I don't know if I pray enough. And I'm like, maybe. I've asked him for his sperm already.
Oh my, beautiful babies.
And I know.
Beautiful babies.
I
know. Beautiful. Sometimes I date a lot of bi girls. And
let's talk about that.
I know a lot of, like, I guess Gold Star, but that's whatever. A lot of lesbians will be like, why do you date bi girls? I'm like, I don't really care. Like, I'm just attracted to. The older I get, the more I realize, like, I identify less with, like, a certain type of thing. I'm about a person. But I date a lot of bi girls, and it always comes up because I think there's a lot of insecurity for bi women that date, like, dykes or studs, stems or whatever. And there's always a point where I'm like, well, maybe I'm bi too, because some gay men, I'm like, you're beautiful. Yeah.
No, I hear you. I know, like, I always call myself just, like, queer and pan. Yeah. Because I'm just like, hey, dog, if I think you cute, you cute.
Yeah,
dog.
If you're getting it, you're going to get it. Like, right. I don't really care. Like, exactly. You're getting it. You're getting it. We're getting it. We're all getting it. And we're having a good time.
Right. Imagine I was like, oh, no, you're not. Fuck, you're not qualified. Like,
yeah,
what?
I don't care.
Oh, you trying to. I don't care. Like, come on.
Yeah, it'd be like that. Sometimes I'd be on Demon Time and I'm like,
what's up, Charlie?
Let's go.
Hello, Blake.
Yeah. And it hasn't happened in years, but when I was younger, I used to, like, always want to snatch a nerdy white soul. I'd
Billy, my producer just here, like, sweating.
Stop.
I'm kidding, Billy. No, what is it? I like to keep church and state separate. Do not combine business with pleasure.
You said that you had a
story about water?
Yes, I want to hear it.
So, I feel very inclined to, like, spiritual stuff, but I have never, like, done the investigations. I genuinely, because I don't know where to, because there's so much shit on the internet. There's so much every other bitch on TikTok is telling me, like, stop. Are you a Leo Capricorn? And I'm like, my God. You just said everything.
2024, Leo rising, Sagittarius only. This is going to be an interesting month for you. Hopefully you don't kill yourself. Yeah. Go outside, get 4 sticks of cinnamon, bury them in your ass, and then spit on your grandmother's grave twice. Don't say I warned you.
Fuck. No, literally. And it's just like, so was that for me or?
Yeah, or like 3 of Swords, your ex is coming back. He's upset the way he treated you. He's coming back. He's so sorry. Yeah. His mom told him. It's like.
No, literally. And so I just don't know where to start that investigation, like that research. It also has to do with, like, I know that I have some, like, in my 23andMe. I'm sorry. I did.
No, let's talk about 23andMe.
I sent my spit to the FBI, okay? I'm like, have some, baby.
Girl, and they see it all.
Right? I'm like, they see it all. You already have every other part of me.
If you paid attention to the Snowden case, you know that the government has all the...
Snowden.
Right? Did I say that right?
He ran away to Russia. About that guy.
Oh, okay.
I think I heard about him, but I think
he was working for the CIA, and the CIA was doing surveillance on like ISIS, and it was like post 9/11 surveillance, I believe. And basically Snowden, the level of surveillance that the government had on the civilian sector, like, it was getting to the point where it wasn't just suspected terrorists, it was like civilians. Snowden was like leaked all that information, and basically we found out that they're like it's a lot of the reasons why people cover their camera now on their phone, because basically the government was like just popping in and like watching people's FaceTime conversations.
Yes.
Like friend of friend, like people outside of what would be considered, who like, so say you suspect this person of being a terrorist, you are now paying attention to this person's like third cousin. So yeah, that leaked. A lot of conservatives were upset because he also ran away to Russia and he has like asylum in Russia.
That makes sense, because I feel like there was a shift in culture of like, now I talk to my FBI agent like in my computer, in my phone.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know about Snowden himself or herself, whoever they are.
No, it's a he, him, and I might be misquoting some of the facts about that, but I would say just look that up, and that really highlighted for us the amount of government surveillance that happens, and basically everything that's computerized can be monitored. So that's how you should think about it.
What were we talking about?
I was talking about water deities, and you said you sent your spit to the government.
Yes. Okay.
23andMe.
Yes.
So tell me
and
about
everything's monitored. Okay. So
tell me about your heritage. Ooh,
oh
so
my God. Okay. I think people know this. 50% Ashkenazi.
Okay, that's okay.
Thank you.
It's okay.
Thank you for seeing me.
It's okay. It's like not. I mean, we'll unpack the.
I will say this. I didn't. Not that it's like but I didn't grow up with that side at all. I grew up with my Colombian mother, single mother. Shout out to my mommy. And I didn't know any of that family until 2 years ago. So
Ashkenazi.
Yeah.
And what does Ashkenazi mean?
Jewish.
Yeah, but what kind of Jewish?
Cunt.
Spain. Okay.
Spain.
I'd say anytime. He's looking it up. He's fact checking for us. This is what I say to people who want to get into spirituality.
I didn't finish.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
He said 50%.
Bad.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. It's
what
usually
that
the
do
dark.
With Spain?
This is kind of fucked up for me to say, but when I think Ashkenazi, I think like olive skin, dark toned Jewish people. Okay. So there's a crossroads there, but we'll get into later.
So 50% Ashkenazi, and then yikes. Okay, so obviously colonialization.
Yeah.
And all of that. So
I mean, black people are all different shades because we were constantly raped.
Exactly.
Is this coming out in February?
Well, hey,
let's get it together.
Make a note. Make a happy Black History Month. It shouldn't be just 1 month. It should be every day.
Yeah, it should be
Tracy
history.
Said in Hairspray.
Oh my God, stop.
Wait, so you like the shirt?
I'm obsessed. I feel like, I really like the shirt. I don't know why I like it.
Cause I feel like I saw it and I was like, oh, hello again. Like it felt like again.
Yes, like I've seen that the mail on the shirt. If we're gonna do that, it looks like a familiar spirit or something. It's all very familiar.
Yeah, and down here it says primero raza, which means first race.
Interesting.
So I don't know what that means.
Oh wait.
What's this book called?
This book is called Ancestor Paths, honoring our ancestors and guardian spirits through prayers, rituals, and offerings.
Oh.
And they are in this book. They talked about a Native American spirit, and I think that's what that was reminding me.
Oh.
But I don't know if I can't. The great. I don't know if you can. It's the Great Indian Spirit Prayer, and I think what is that person's called? Like, I don't know. Look it up. Maybe not on TikTok. Buy a book and read.
Yeah. So can I search it?
Read this book if you're curious about
by
getting into spirituality.
Ala Dukhan.
Yeah, Ala Dukun.
Okay, work. And may I just say,
yes,
the letters are big, so. So we got this, girls.
Oh, I love to read. Do you not like to read?
I love to read. It's just I need to sit down and
stillness.
do it.
You need to find stillness.
I need to find stillness.
Okay, wait, back on track though.
Okay.
We do have ADD.
Yeah. So
Ashkenazi.
So then the other half is broken up into 3. So 25% like from Africa. I'm trying to think where exactly. I don't remember. Isn't it Nigeria? No. I think Kenya. I'm not sure. And then 12.5 Spain, then the other 12.5 indigenous. But when it shows me indigenous on the map, it just shows me North America, Central America, and South America. Yeah. So it says nothing about indigenous. So I'm like, I want to know about that so bad. But
do you know your family history?
The sad thing about that is that there's so little information about my grandmother. We think there was some shady shit that happened with like her family and like where she actually was born and stuff and who actually raised her. And she has passed. And so genuinely, I don't know. And so I feel like that's almost like a life mission for me to find it, because my family is 12 brothers and sisters. Like my grandma had 12 kids. Whoa. Yeah. And they're all just like all over the place. They all need so much healing. And I'm like, I want to know where we come from. Like, what is the? But all of them, some of them.
She's Colombian, your grandma?
Colombia, yeah.
Okay. I mean.
So, okay. Go ahead. And then the water thing.
Yeah. Yes.
So I went on a solo trip. Well, I went to Colombia and I was hanging out with family and everything. And then I went to a solo trip to an island off of Colombia called and it's beautiful. It's just water. It's gorgeous. I biked around the whole island in a day. Like it was like 5-6 hours. It was like I still have burns from it. It was delicious. And one of those nights that I was there, I had my crystals that I know I use them as like, this is for this is for that. I'm using them, I'm cleaning them intentionally. I'm gonna have my Palo Santo. And I had this this little candle that was from Cosmic Flame, which is a very cute local vendor who does really juicy candles that smell really good, but she also put crystals inside of it. And I just laid down. I did some stretches, journaling, music. I put my crystals in. I was in front of the ocean. I was in the ocean. I was on the sand. And when I tell you, I did that for like 2-3 hours. And I got home. I woke up the next. I went to the hotel. I woke up the next day, and I thought it was like I was out for 20 hours. Like I felt like my body was so tired. My body was like, you did so much work last night. And so it was so interesting to me because I felt like I used up a lot of energy that night. That was my story. Thank you. Did any of that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. All of that makes sense. Okay. I definitely have had similar experiences where I feel like, oh, all I did for 15 minutes was light some candles. Why do I feel like I need to sleep for 20 hours? Yeah. And I think anyone that wants to get spiritual, I always suggest understanding where you came from. And if you can't understand where you came from, understanding where you are will give you a lot of information, and also understanding nature and communing with nature and communing with plants. And to me, that sounds like you showed up in a real way with crystals and things and an offering. When you show up to spaces like that with crystals, like things of the earth for the earth, you're in like a conversation with her, and you're like in a conversation with the ocean. And if it was dark, then the moon's there too, and the moon is all your emotions, all your water. And I think ignorantly we feel like the water doesn't communicate or nature doesn't communicate. First of all, our bodies are mostly water, and if you think the ocean can't understand that or the moon can't understand that, you are really totally negating what is life's miracle. And I think you're tired because you were like in communion with very powerful energies. And I just start there. Like, just start with that intention every day, and maybe going on a walk every day or rinsing your crystals. And I would even say if you dream and you want to know more, you can just ask your grandma. Like, can you come to me in a dream? Can you give me more information? Yeah. And you'd be surprised what they'll be like. Yeah, light a white candle. Yeah. It's interesting. Like,
when I play a certain song that was like one of the last songs I sang with her, I get goosebumps, and I'm like, oh, okay, what's up, girl? You in here?
Yeah.
You in here for sure?
Totally.
How you doing, sissy girl?
Totally.
And then when I look like, because my grandma was from a certain part of Colombia where all the women are like called hoes, which is fine. Colombians are like,
take it
cute.
back.
Yeah,
I don't
take it
care.
back.
Sounds like somebody's mad.
Right. No, they had this joke that, shout out to my Pereiranas. They had this joke that was like, in Pereira, when they tell women, and this is reclaiming it, when they tell the girls in Pereira to sit down, they lay down. She had 12 kids. She knew what she
I slut, all of those things. Like, I love those things. I love those things. I claim those things for women. I think that when they are called these things, somebody's upset. Somebody's upset.
You're mad. You're not getting fucked.
You sound big mad that you took a good pussy for granted.
Right, exactly. Oops. But no, like sometimes when I look like when I feel juicy, I'm like, it's Neda, you see me, bitch? I'm your granddaughter.
Yes, claim it.
Yeah,
claim it. I love it. I love that.
And because my mom is like, it almost like skipped a generation because my grandma. No. I mean, no, my mom is not a slut at all, and I'm not. I'm like a slut in my own way. Like,
yeah,
I'm like
not
flirting.
free.
Yeah. What?
Like your mom's not free in that sense.
Yeah.
Is she super conservative? Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
And so I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to my grandma the other day, and my grandma was like, I don't know why you get so sad post breakups. Like, me and my brother are kind of notorious for being sad at post breakup. Okay. And she was like, I would just go to my other boyfriend. And ever since that conversation, she had it with me years ago. Oh. Now my motto is varsity team. Okay. I always have a varsity team, and if there's an MVP, there's an MVP. But they'll let me know by the way they play the game.
Dog, I'm too much. I thought I was like a girl boss player, whatever.
You are.
But I'm not. I know I look like it, but I'm not.
What do you mean, the player part? You're a girl boss.
I'm a girl boss for sure.
But a player?
I'm not a player.
Well, players are losers. Okay. You can be. When I mean like a varsity team and like the MVP,
everyone knows that they're on the team.
Everybody knows. Everyone that I'm dating knows that I'm dating other people.
Okay, work.
Like, I don't do no shady shit.
How do you navigate?
By the quality of people that I date. Like, the people that I date are amazing.
But this is my
right now in this moment.
Okay, period.
The people that I'm dating are like varsity A-list.
Okay,
like really great.
But this is my thing, right? I am. Ooh, let me tell my tea. Okay,
you can tell it vague.
That I really like.
Okay.
Okay. So that's why, like, when you're saying you like this, I'm like, oh my God, I literally sent them a picture of this, and I was like, that's literally us. Like, we literally had a moment with this.
I love it.
But
wait, a question. Did I see?
No. Oh. You don't know. You do not know them.
Okay.
Who did you? Oh, no.
Well, somebody, I didn't see it, but somebody tried to bring it to me that they saw it, and I was
no.
I don't think.
And I knew who it was, and I literally I DM'd her after, and I was like, oh my God, girl, that was not. That was just a friend.
Okay.
That was a friend, and I was drunk. Okay.
Right, and I also was like, I don't think she do that. Like, I don't think
in this space right now. Yeah.
I said no. I think that's different.
That's she's having fun.
Cause something that I've learned, ain't nobody coming to no shows.
Oh.
Ain't nobody coming to no shows.
Yeah, that's
ain't
definitely
nobody
a
coming
new
to
rule.
No shows.
When I was they came to one of my. I think one of the worst shows I've ever done.
Oh.
It was in LA, and they came because I was just like, oh, come. They were like, can I go support you? And I was like, no. And then they were like, oh, I just want to be with you. And I was like, okay, fine. And then
come true.
And then I walked in, and you know when you walk in and you're like, oh, it's only comics. Okay, this is
and everyone's poring over their little notebooks like it's the Quran.
And I was just like, this is about to be the worst 30 minutes because I'm leaving exactly after my set. Like, I'm not doing this. Like, this is... And obviously it was, like, racist and crazy and homophobic. Of course. And I was like, okay, thank you.
Of course. A bunch of white men holding us emotionally hostage. You're like, is this a school shooting or is this a stand-up show?
God, it was bad. Anyways, so in this conversation, like, with this person... I'm, like, pointing because I'm like, they're here. We've started talking about, like, openness, and I've never been in a non-ethical, whatever the fuck
ethically non-monogamous
monogamy, right? And I'm like, I really want to try it. I really want to try it.
Yeah.
Dog, it is so hard for me.
You have to be really comfortable with your shadow.
Dog, it's like the Colombian in me is like,
what is that? Jealous or
jealousy, probably insecurity, you know, all of it. And I see it, and I'm like, I'm genuinely trying so hard to work against this, but it is such a long, it feels like it's going to be an unlearning process and a relearning process. And I'm just not at the place where I can just be like, yeah, I'm super cool with it. Like, I want to be so bad, because that's the reality. I understand. Like, hey, people are cute all over the place.
Yeah.
Like,
and love is infinite, but we're taught that it's like very binary and very, but I do believe in love being infinite. And I have like a little prayer that I can't take 100% credit for. Okay. I have to shout out two people in my life. A friend of mine, Jen, told me something that, another friend of ours, Sarah Elise, said, and which, by the way, she has a book called A Recipe for More, which I highly suggest you read.
What's the book about?
It's like self-care, self-help, like
work,
matching it with spirituality, like romanticizing your life, and just a recipe for more, for a better life. And it's really great for creatives or people who don't work in like a 9-to-5 structure. Jen said to me, you have to believe that it gets better. And I also had another friend of mine, Kendra, tell me, like, you know, love, I already know love is infinite, right? And I've now come to an understanding after I've battled my insecurities that I am worthy of love, and that like, of course, like, people like me. Like, look at me. Yeah. It's not, I'm never going to have an issue finding somebody to like me. However, what kind of love do I want, and what am I willing to accept how people show up? And I've been in situations where I've really liked a person and really seen their potential, but they could not show up. And when you continue to allow that person to give you like subpar behavior, you are, again, we're constantly in a conversation with the universe. You're telling the universe, I'll allow it, I'll accept it. And so you keep it, right? Because you are powerful. But the belief that's so scary is like, I deserve better, and it does get better, and there is more, and being able to let go, and it doesn't get easier. Those people with those demons become sexier and sexier and more attractive. And I would say my most recent like transition, it was very, very hard for me, because I really did care about this person. This person had a lot of potential, but I couldn't ignore what was showing up, and what was showing up was a lot of lies, a lot of inconsistency, and a lot of like what I experienced with this person was different than the retelling that was coming back to me. And I will say confidently, after every heartbreak, the next person has always been better than the last, without fail. Okay. Without fail. It really does get better, especially, and I think too, I've been active in that prayer, like, it will always be better. It will always be better, and I will always be better. And, you know, that's how you end up with a varsity team.
Okay, well, my thing is, what's the prayer I gotta say to tell myself to calm the fuck down?
Well, I think first, something that was really hard for me when I began therapy was even allowing those feelings. Like, I remember one time my therapist was like, what happens if you just let it happen? Like, be okay with the fact that you're jealous, or be okay with the fact that you're angry. I was like, I couldn't even do that. So I'd say the first step is just acknowledging that it happened. And I mean, I don't know why. I know I get insecure when I feel like I don't understand what's happening. Like, I feel insecure when I don't understand what's happening, meaning I haven't taken the time to understand my intention with somebody. Like, are we just fucking, or are we like getting to know each other, or are we trying to be in a relationship? When those things aren't clear, I get jealous because I don't understand like where I am. And that's on me, right? So are you taking the time to pour into yourself and like, you know, there's all these toxic love spells that we were supposed to be casting on people that we have crushes on. But like, what about casting a love spell on yourself? What about casting an obsession spell on yourself? Like how, you know, are you pouring into yourself? And that's always where I check in. And usually jealousy comes up for me because I haven't been taking care of myself. Yeah. So that would be the first step. Yeah. I don't really get, I would say, I'm not really jealous now in that way. I would say I get jealous sometimes when I see my friends go out without me or have an experience without me. And then I realize like, oh, well, I like to be left alone, and that's the cost. Like, not every experience is going to be with me. And if I am feeling jealous now, it's just because I miss my friend and I need to reach out and, like, plan something myself.
Yeah. Okay. Is it? Yeah. No,
it sounds very easy, but it's not.
Yeah. No, I know, because I, like, had to have, like, that conversation not only with myself, like, write it down and be like, okay, like, calm down. Yeah. It's okay to feel these things. Yeah. Like, you can't change one thing to another. I think, you know, also think of like where I'm coming from, what my culture is, how I grew up. Yeah. It's very much heterosexual, one person with another for the rest of their life. Like, I know that's not
and
exactly
men just cheating. Yeah. Men cheating nonstop.
Exactly.
And women being
just
moms.
Like, like, and I know that that's not my story. That's not my journey. So I have to redirect that and challenge that narrative regardless. So let's just start working on it. And what's beautiful about having someone that you can speak to and communicate these things is that you can be like, yo, I'm trying my best, but I'm not gonna lie, like, you fine, and like I'm thinking like bitches out there, yo, on your ass, and like on God, like I'm gonna fight a bitch, like no shade, like I'm trying my best though.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty when I'm dating people and I, you know, think uncomfortable feelings come up. I think, am I comfortable? Do I think that speaking to them about this is going to make or break the relationship? And am I comfortable enough to talk to them about it? And do I think they're going to show up to the conversation authentically? Or do I think they're going to mirror me and then go talk to their best friend about their actual feelings? And depending on those answers is whether or not I leave.
Okay, because you ate me up with that one. Because I will just say, like, I'm definitely trying to dissect. I feel like it's such a scientific word. Yeah. But I'm trying to dissect, like, the rights and the wrongs. And obviously not everything is black and white. But I'm trying to figure out, like, how do I learn from my past relationship that I was with a person for 2 years. And you ate me up with that second one because I felt like there was a lot of times where I was not super authentic because.
Are you recovering people pleaser?
I don't know. I thought I wasn't, but then I think I am.
Yeah.
And I think I was, so this was my first big relationship. First time, like, really meeting the parents. First time, like, sleeping over, you know, like,
and like thinking about your future together.
Yes, and like, oh my God, fun. Like, where are you gonna go to grad school? And like, am I moving out there with you? And then I found myself like almost like being inauthentic to myself because it was like, I want to be perfect for this person. It's like, but they should fuck with you no matter what.
Right.
So it's beautiful that you said that because like I've never heard someone be like, I can tell when someone's gonna do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only speaking to all chapters that I've been in. I've been the person that just mirrored and then was honest with my friends. I've been all of those things, right?
Yeah.
I've been all of those things, which is why I'm speaking to them. Yeah. But I can confidently say now the people that I'm dating are, you know, we're all showing up the best we can. And I'm very proud and happy for us. Yeah. And where I'm at now is that I think it's hot. Like if I'm dating someone and they're playing the field and they're dating other people, I think it's hot. If you're doing that and then you're still taking the time to be intentional with me and show up with me, I'm like, okay, say less. I'm your favorite.
Yeah.
And the way I feel is that like whoever I'm falling for or exchanging this energy with, like, I want them to know how amazing they are.
Yeah.
And that doesn't always come just from me. So it's like, yeah, you're fine as fuck. Like, other people should know. Yeah. Other people should know, and they should get to find out. Yeah. Period.
I love that. Love is
say
love
you've had group sex
love.
without saying you've had group sex.
I want to go to a party. Wait, let me know if you have any parties coming up.
I do. Actually, if you do, I have been to sex parties. They are fun. I would say there's, what is her Instagram handle?
Sex Noir, Venus Cuffs.
No, her name is Christine. We'll have to do a plug later.
Okay.
I think that she has the best adult play parties because they are very consensual. A lot of people do a lot of communication beforehand, and there's always a POC section.
Oh.
And there's like a neurodivergent section. Is
there a whites only section?
No, but the whites that are there do know that they are guests. Period. Oh. And they act right. Like, I've never been in any of those situations where I feel like in a lot of queer spaces, white queers will take up a lot of space, especially if they are like trans or any other type of like further marginalization. Well, I don't want to say especially if they are trans, because that is problematic. I would just say, in my experience, white queers in general take up a lot of space because of the identity of a marginalized identity. And you don't understand the intersections of oppression. Yeah. That is not my experience with Christine's parties. Okay. They also do I think it's called Brews. They have like a great party if you don't want to dive into like adult play and you just want to be around that lifestyle. I think it's called Brews, and it's at the Metropolitan. Oh. Is that gay bar?
They have that there? What's happening there though? It don't do they clean it before? I'm sorry. It's a bar though. That's why I'm like
there's no like real play.
Oh, okay, cuz
there's no play. If there's play, it's very it's usually like calm. Maybe calm, if you will, or like Christine is doing a demonstration, and that is very structured and controlled. And I would say, not to get all about that, but BDSM and all of that I think is beautiful, ritualistic, and I would go as far to say sex magic. And it takes a lot of discipline, structure, and education to thrive in those areas, and those people are due a lot of respect. Yeah. And I would say, in terms of like treatment and respect, I've gotten the most from those environments than like, things that I've tried to do with low vibrational people.
Yeah. No, I know.
These chairs are everything.
I know, right? Aren't they amazing?
It's like I'm cozy and bougie and cunty all at once.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah, we didn't even talk about the fucking bodegas.
Oh, bodegas.
Oh my God, yeah, bodegas.
Let's talk about the bodegas.
Okay, wait, how long have you lived in New York?
I moved to New York in 2008.
The housing crisis is crazy.
I know. I watched my mom and dad hold each other in our living room and cry because they lost all their money that they had like invested and put away for us to go to school. And then I was like, I'm going to New York.
So you didn't go to school?
No, I went to school, but like my dad, it was a struggle. I had to get some loans, and then my dad borrowed money from my aunt Ethel, who.
Why you said it like that?
The aunt. Oh, because I thought I was gonna burp, so I had
my aunt Ethel.
Well, I did.
What happened with Ethel? What she got in the is there a little secret about Ethel?
The secret about Ethel is that she is amazing. She's dead, but she's always with me.
Okay, period.
I love her.
Ethel.
If and when you ever do like ancestor veneration work or whatever, there's always somebody that like. Well, in my experience, it really clicked for me once somebody died that I really, 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 really was very close to and loved. And for me, that was Ethel. So, no, she my girl.
Okay.
She my girl.
Heard you.
I have a picture of her in like a red suit and sunglasses, and that was at her husband's funeral.
Period. At
her husband's funeral.
I love that.
Her second husband's funeral.
She was like looking for the third.
Period. She really was. And she had a cat named Tiger and a little chihuahua named Killer.
Oh, I love Chihuahua.
She's from Baltimore too, and you know Baltimore women don't play.
Well, I don't know anything about Baltimore.
Baltimore don't play.
Okay.
Chrishell? You know Chrishell?
I just know
like Chrishell and Blue? Blueface, Chrishell and Blueface, that drama.
Blueface.
Okay. Woo. That just shows, do you know what I'm talking about? That shows you how toxic I am. Chrishell. Chrishell.
Yes,
like, it's a vibe all the time.
Yes.
She's from Baltimore.
Yes.
Chrishell.
Chrishell's that
Cancel
one.
me.
That one bitch from the she sells
Baddies
houses.
of the West.
No, the Chrishell sells
Chrishell
houses and she's
gay.
gay now.
Yeah. That we have to
skinny.
unpack that
She's
later.
so pretty.
Yeah, she's so pretty.
Not because she's skinny, but her face is just like
but
so pretty.
I'm not gonna lie. I liked when she was a little thicker, but women should do what they want with their bodies.
No, I just think everyone on that show like is a little like
bobblehead.
Do you? Yeah.
Ozempic. It's giving Ozempic. It's giving Ozempic.
Ozempic party.
Ozempic party. Cut to me like you like pan out. I'm taking Ozempic in the corner.
It like goes into like the office cut, and it's like, what? You would do it too.
Everyone should do what they want with their bodies.
If I had the money and a subscription, I would do it.
I'd buy a butt. Oh my god, if I had money, I'd buy a butt.
A butt?
I'd buy a butt. My butt is like it's getting a little more buppy. It's getting a little
bootylicious.
More bootylicious, but I'd like to purchase more.
Yeah, I mean you can.
I will.
Hey,
I will.
If you need to go to Colombia and you need a place to stay,
stop.
Wait, I have a house over there. Not me, but
no, I know what you mean. Okay,
get out.
Oh my god,
get out.
We do a whole.
It's like okay, you guys have to understand. Let me explain, because I don't have just like garbage sitting around. It's that for the people. If you see me fighting with the fly,
do you think you have someone?
What sending me bad energy?
A monitoring spirit. Like somebody,
what the actual fuck is that?
Like somebody that's on your social media looking at what you're doing.
Absolutely,
like looking around.
Haters.
Whenever I see a fly in my house and it's like that, like I know my shit's clean and they're flies, I capture them. And then I do a return to sender because it's somebody trying to be in my business.
Oh, I will say this.
See? And you saw it came right between us, girl.
It was like, wait. Don't listen. No, I will say this. When I first moved into this apartment, because this is shot in my living room.
Cute. You didn't know till now.
Right. I'm taking you behind the scenes. But when I first moved in here, one, the vibes of the person that had left were like they had been fighting. So she had been here and then my other roommate had been here. The person who left, they fought really badly. So the energy was rough. Mm-hmm. Me and the person I left living with also had a pretty bad riff.
Were you dating the person that you left? Okay. Thank God. Okay.
Let me not say anything else. So when I moved in, I was met with the biggest fucking flies. When I tell you, it was like every day 7 of these flies would be in my room. Huge. I'm not talking about these little motherfuckers right now.
No.
I'm talking about those.
They're so big
ones.
that when you hear them, they're like buzz, buzz, buzz.
Yeah.
And you're like, why is there a man saying buzz in my house?
Yeah. It was like he was standing there like buzz.
Yeah. He's like buzz.
I'm like,
buzz, buzz, buzz. It's
exactly.
like, no, they gotta go.
And so then I was like, again, I told you earlier. Okay, basically, also I have these flies because one of my plants is sick, and I've been telling the bitch.
That's a fly.
Well, hold on. I thought you said that they grow into flies.
They grow into the thing with wings, but not a fly.
That's not.
No, those aren't the same thing. That is a fly. That's a monitoring spirit. And those are also the soil gnats don't fly around your house. They fly around the plants because they've got to stay near their colony.
Okay. Well, back to that. So I remember like smoke. I know like gets them dizzy. That's what I remember. Like I was told like back in the day they would use tobacco. They would smoke a cigar and like blow it, right? So I was like, I have sage. So it feels like it's bad energy following me, either from here or following me. So I'm going to sage my room. And usually when I leave sage, like I will like do, wherever I need it. And then I'll put it down and it'll go out like within 3 minutes.
That shit lit up.
That shit burned all the way down to the point where it almost like it broke my glass that I had it in.
Yeah.
Like it burned
because it got so hot. Yeah.
And the whole sage was used. And I was like, oh shit. I hotboxed my room.
How often do you go out?
What do you mean?
Like how often you out around strangers or in the street?
A lot. Like I've started to try to keep my energy at home, but at the reality
there's nothing wrong with going out. It's just you might need a little bit more protection if you're around people.
I try to carry my crystals, but I feel like I need something else because people just be on my ass. I think people are just like I think people just project so much, and I've learned that so much with comedy. Like, I have met from the one of the first times I went to certain comedy clubs. There were people who were
clubs.
So
you going to clubs?
No, not anymore. Okay. Not anymore, because I was like,
every time I go to a club, I'm like, why am I here?
Right. I'm just like, actually, no. Whatever I need in my career is not here. I'm gonna find it somewhere else.
No disrespect to people who thrive, but I don't thrive in those environments.
It's not for me. Because it sucks. I hate when people like when I'm having a conversation with someone and they're like, yeah, and they're just like looking for someone better to talk to.
Yeah, see who has higher status.
I'm in front of you. I'm a human, bro. Like, you're a human being too.
That's rough.
But that's what happened. So I just felt like, so flies now for me are just like, I'm watching you, but also like these are baby flies. So it's very interesting for me. That's why I thought you were talking about those flies being growing into flies.
No, they I mean, you have the gnat, and then you have the little things that crawl around, and then you have the fungus. You have the full grown gnat that flies around, but it's not the same as a house fly.
So how do you catch it?
How do you catch those flies?
Yeah,
the
and what do you
flies?
say? Do you just be like, I'd like to return?
Oh, with a fly.
Yeah.
So I have a cat. He's amazing, Mezcal or Mezzy, or I call him Doo-Doo.
What does he look like?
He's a tuxedo cat. Duh. I ain't no bitch.
What does that look like?
They're black and white.
Okay.
He's all black, and then he has like a little streak of white, like a crescent moon on his face. He's so beautiful. His name used to be Habibi. I also feel like I need to say that.
Habibi.
And then I was like, Mezcal.
Yeah.
So I try to catch them. Like I honestly like try to physically catch them with my hand.
Okay.
Like that's the Caribbean, that's the Jamaican in me that can catch a fly.
I'm like
I have also Mezzy catches them.
Where?
He'll catch them.
Like
well he'll paw them out of the air, and then I usually see him like jumping up. He'll paw them out of the air, and I can tell when he has it in his paws, and I'll run up to him with like a cup, and I'll put the cup over it.
Teamwork.
Or he'll like bite them, and he'll have them in his mouth, and I come and I pull him by the back, like all the extra skin, and then I open his mouth and I'll take it. And those two specific times I did that because I knew what energy it was. And I was like, I need that. And a return to sender is simply like whatever is being sent to me, I'm returning it back to the person that sent it. I don't really do those anymore. I am of the motto that if you are going to give me enough energy to hate, I will transmute it into something else. So I will set up like, and I'm giving you guys all my secrets. I like to transmute energy. So if I feel like I'm getting a pretty steady evil eye from someone, or not a steady evil eye, I don't really get, if I feel like I'm getting a steady, nasty energy from someone, I take it, harness it, and say, with this energy, may it bring more gigs, may it bring more money, may it bring more love, may it bring more protection, may it bring more whatever. Because, you know, there's always going to be that in this industry that we have. And I'm, you know, we're in a front-facing career.
Yeah.
And I would even go to, and another reason why I don't do return to sender is because I do believe, however, some people will call me naively, but I do believe that 60% of the time the evil that's sent to you is not even purposely sent. It's like we're all so fucked up.
Yeah.
And I am powerful, and I'm getting more powerful, and I realize that I don't want to fuck around and really hurt somebody by sending it back with a little bit of spice. Because I have fucked around and hurt people in a way that I'm like, I'm delivering a message to you that you could have come to more gently, and I'm not God. So that's why now I just bring it back to me and like use it to bring more good for me instead of to be control like what I feel like is my shadow, which is I'm going to teach you a lesson. I'm come to learn, like, I walk this path of spirituality, and I cannot be people's retribution or people's lessons on purpose. Like, I'm not into that anymore.
No, I hear that, because even when I have like even people who have been like really shitty to me or anything, I'm just like, okay, I don't want to see you on my page. Maybe I'll block you. I don't know. It depends.
I think that we should normalize removing people, blocking people. And it doesn't have to be that deep. It could be simply like, I don't
want to see you. I don't want you to have any knowledge of me. That's it.
Sometimes too, sometimes for me, like, removing somebody is as simple as I don't want, when I see you, I think negatively, and I don't want to send you that energy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
That's what I feel like too. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm not about that. I'm very much. I feel like when I was younger, I feel like I had more energy of like, bitch, you want to see something, and now I'm just like, that's me spending my energy on you, and I don't want to give you any of that. So I'm just gonna like not think about you. And my vibe is like out of sight, out of mind. And even if I have like the worst experience with people, like people I'm not friends with, people that did me dirty, I'm just like, blessings. Like that's all I don't want to hope anything worse for you.
I don't give you blessings.
Okay.
Comedy.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about comedy.
So you don't, comedy. But you don't give people blessings. I'm just like, listen, blessings
if
to you. If
you've done me dirty, it's just a removal.
Yeah.
I don't wish you any good, and I don't wish you any harm. It's just a removal. And if you've done me real dirty,
watch your back. Okay. So Jess.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me, we're here with Bodega Chat.
I can't believe we're gonna have to talk about comedy. Can I eat any of these? Okay. One. I need the Fritos.
Which you're gonna find out.
Oh my God,
that is part of
glued.
A set.
They're glued together like they're
the
fake.
Magic. Are you sure you don't want it flaming hot? Look at this. I got the Gen Z ones because
the flaming hot reminds me of when I was in high school.
That's Did you ever wear pajamas to the high school?
Yes, but my parents. Well,
the Cheetos.
We had pajama day, but my parents didn't let me wear pajamas because there were too many white people at my high school, and they said you can't do that type of stuff in front of white people.
What high school? Oh no, you went to high school.
I was in Florida. I went to Mosley High. Oh great. Okay, I'm getting it. We have to talk about comedy.
Okay. Well, first.
Sorry, my bad.
Open it.
ASMR.
Amazing. Thank you. Yummy. The magic is not lost. The magic is not lost. No, don't put it back. Eat it. Fuck it up. So tell me, what is your favorite bodega food? What's like the meal? You go there and you're like, give me this, please.
Chopped cheese.
Really? Okay. And so what's the side? So chopped cheese, and then what's the bevy?
With curly fries, and I like those Calypso lemonades.
Calypso?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
the Calypso Island. It's very like Caribbean of me.
Okay.
Or I get Ting.
Ting?
Ting, the grapefruit soda. Jamaican.
Okay.
Or I get Jamaican root beer or Arizona green iced tea, but it better be in the can. Don't disrespect me with that fucking bottle. I don't like that bottle. It needs to be in the tall can. Do you like the bottle? I'm getting upset. You like the bottle?
I prefer the bottle because of...
Okay, this is a generational... What you're seeing is a generational difference.
Okay, so wait. I just had another guest that was like, ew, I don't know about the Arizona green tea, whatever. But...
Carolina.
I think it was Carolina, right?
I know. No, it was Carolina because I know that bitch.
Yeah. She was like, I was like,
tell her to meet me outside.
Live a little, yeah? But my thing about why I like the bottle more is because of the accessibility to being portable.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine. But I like the can. But, also I want to defend my bodega order. This is a late night drunk order.
Whatever you
chopped
want.
cheese.
Yeah.
Breakfast. I'm okay. I know bacon, egg, and cheese is a thing, but I'm sausage, egg, and cheese.
And
Ketchup,
live your
hot
truth.
sauce.
Okay.
And I like it on a bagel.
Okay. Yeah.
Toasted.
Absolutely.
And then I also will the wham judge. I also, if it's the right kind of bodega, I will get a beef patty.
Okay. That's the one I've been hearing recently. Beef
if it's the right kind of bodega. If it's the right, like I can't say that word. Or can I say that word?
Yeah, I mean, you can.
Okay. Okay, I have this theory, like, every hood has, like, its niggas, and, like, you have, like, the Habibi niggas, and if it's one of those spots, I know they have the right kind of beef patty, and I'll get their beef patty.
Absolutely.
But I can't be going to, like, a normal one.
If they have juices, they probably, the beef patty is not going to hit.
The beef patty's not right.
Okay.
But actually, no, that's not true. If they have juices... Like on Flatbush, I just know that there's a Caribbean man back there with locks making them juices.
Okay. Wait. Juices, I mean like the juices in the front that are like kombucha.
That's a different story. When I'm talking about juices, I'm talking about a juicer. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. What is your favorite?
My favorite, I've said this before. That's why I'm like, fuck me. But honestly, I need to tap into new ones. But what I usually go to, I'm trying to also think of like, I guess this is just the one I've always had, and I never thought to branch out. But also, I get very like icky when thinking about like the cleanliness of the food.
All about for me, it's all about how the bodega smells, and if it smells mildewy, and I can tell they don't regularly wash the floor, like I don't
wash the floor.
The bodega that I go to smells good and it is clean. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's why I always go for so I do a turkey sandwich, lettuce, tomato. Okay.
I love a turkey sandwich. That's my go-to bodega lunch is a turkey sandwich.
The lunch, the dinner, whatever I need. I have a little bag of chips, 50 cents. My Arizoni, maybe I get a little Sour Patch this, a little fruit roll up the
the peach rings. The peach rings.
Okay, that's not what I heard. Okay, heard peach rings. I was like, so walk me through the peach rain. What happens there?
No, peach rings.
Yes. Okay,
I love a turkey sandwich from Bodega. Yeah. From a bodega.
Bodega.
Not me being drunk.
You're drunk.
I am a little buzzed.
But yeah, I love a little one of those, and sometimes I eat just half of it, and I'm like, I'm so skinny.
Yeah, eat half of it, and then later on I'd be like, I was so good earlier today.
Right, I'm gonna.
But not really.
Right now. Yeah, and then I don't think it ever tastes.
Because I'm busy.
Yeah, I don't think it ever tastes the same when you eat it hours later.
It tastes better. It seasons.
Okay.
You're not going to the right bodega.
Yeah.
And you from here. What's going on?
What going? I don't know. Let me know what is going. What is going? Generally. Oh my God. Okay, what is your favorite time at a bodega?
Okay, when I'm alone. Okay, I have several different favorite times. Okay. I love, oh God. I just love the energy flow of a bodega.
I love it.
That's
why I made a whole podcast about it, because I love bodegas.
I love when I'm alone and it's early in the morning and they know me. They're like, oh, we've seen you. I also love when people come to visit me and I give them their first like late night bodega visit where the crackhead is there arguing about the price of a single cigarette. Yeah. And the cat is there like counting the change.
Literally. No, that's the manager.
Yeah, the cat is there
officer, yes.
The cat is there is like, you get 1 to 2 pets and then I'm gonna fuck your shit up. I don't give a fuck how many times you've been in this bodega. I don't know who the fuck you is. Yeah. Like, you better run me my tuna. Exactly. I don't know you like that, and I don't know that little bitch ass dog you got. Yeah. Like, I
love that. No, listen, I literally,
when the cats are out, not fucking with nobody, but like standing on everything.
Yeah. Just like it's looking at you and it's like.
Yeah. And they're always tuxedo kitties.
Well,
always black and white.
This one over here is like white orange.
But I love an orange cat.
It's like white orange.
A calico.
I don't know that color.
Calico is a combination of colors. If it's like, if it's
I feel
like
like I'm learning so much. I'm like, and then what happens? And then what happens with the map? What happens
usually
when north?
Street cats are like mixed babies.
Okay. Yeah. No. This. Okay.
It's like that. That's a calico.
No, that's not what my bodega cat looks like.
It's white.
It's white orange.
It's orange and has white patches.
It's like a light orange.
Oh, it's an orange cat.
But like light orange, almost white. That's why I say
they
white.
can range. They can range.
Okay, white orange.
They have range, girl.
It's a light skin orange, and so
light skin orange cat. Okay,
exactly. And
light skin nigga at the bodega.
And I literally go into that bodega and I'm like, "Where's the cat?" And they're like, "Good morning, beautiful." And I'm like, looking like, well, not like.
Is the cat social?
Well, I've been like, I'm so persistent. I'm like, where is the cat? And they're like, ha ha ha. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Where's the cat?
Yeah, I don't be giving a fuck about people. I'm like, where are your animals?
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, it's sleeping in the back. And I was like, so open the fucking door.
Let them know I'm here.
Open the fucking door. And they're like, they're sleeping. I'm like, well, wake them the fuck up. Habibi, what the fuck is going on?
Habibi.
And then, no, he literally opened the door for me the other day and was like, he's sleeping in there. And I was like, what's his name? Out? No, his name is Smokey. Aww. And he was like on a shelf.
I love male cats.
Misogynist.
I love male cats.
I prefer men.
I really do. I love a male cat.
You know, I have a cat in Colombia.
Wait, that guards the house?
No, it doesn't live in my house. It lives with my aunt.
Okay. What's its name?
Michelangelo. I'm such a Leo, but that's my baby. No, but he's such my son because so technically he's my son because I got him from my grandma's house many years ago and I brought him to my aunt's house with my cousins and I brought him to a new family because their father had just passed away and I was like, you need a kitty cat right now. So I put him there and I was like, he's Michelangelo. I'm leaving the country and you're going to take care of him and I'm not sending you money. And then I went back years later and I was like, Michelangelo, is me, baby. And he was like,
and?
Exactly. And I was like, but I'm your mother. And he made me work.
Cats will teach you all about consent.
And I was like, okay, Diva, you're right.
My cat hid from me for 2 weeks behind a mirror. So I had to look at myself and look at my choices every time I spoke to him.
That's so funny.
Behind a mirror. And then he would only allow his head and his 2 front paws out from behind the mirror. And I had to bring his food and I had to play with him from behind the mirror.
No, you should write that down because that's funny.
God. And then one night I woke up. Yeah. I woke up and he was like, had just jumped on the bed. And we both looked at each other and I was like, okay, I'm not going to talk about this. And he's like, I'm not going to talk about this. And that was the first night he slept in my bed. But he made me work, girl.
I love kitty cats.
I do too. I love animals.
Yeah, you know, I've never had a pet. Like, I mean, Michelangelo, but like generally, like, I don't live with him and I don't spend money on him. And he probably doesn't recognize me as his mother, but I am.
He's like, no, that bitch, I remember. She put me in a box, brought me here, whatever.
I didn't put him in a box.
You carried him?
I carried him on, because it was like a 3-hour bus ride back. He was just like, meow, 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 the whole time. And I
was he a kitten or a cat?
He was a kitty.
Oh, my goodness.
He was like weeks old.
Not weeks. I'm weak.
So a month? Sure. Whatever you want it to be, he was that old. And I brought him, and yeah, I was like, his name is Michelangelo. They call him Charlie, which is so weird, but they're like, Charlie. I'm like, that's wrong. That's not my child's name. Respect. All that to say, we love a bodega cat. That one, his name is Smokey, and the people who work there know that I go there for the bodega cat because they're like, oh, he's in the back right now, and I'm like, oh, good that you know what I'm here for.
I love a good old shop cat.
Yeah, it's like he knows where it is.
One of my favorite spiritual shops has a cat named Zulu that's gray, and the owner told me he never comes out for people, but he always comes out for me, and he always walks me to the door when I leave.
I feel like cats are absolutely spiritual.
Oh, 100%. They're little gatekeepers.
Yeah.
And if your energy ain't right, they ain't even gonna fuck with you.
Yeah. No, the craziest thing.
They ain't
Okay.
even gonna fuck with
I know
you.
we have to talk about comedy, and we're gonna get to comedy.
This is all relevant.
Yeah.
Comedy is life and art.
Exactly.
Plus time.
Exactly.
And we're having life, art, and time right now.
All of it.
There we talked about comedy.
Exactly. One time I was tripping with some friends.
On what?
Mushrooms.
Okay.
Hi.
What kind of mushrooms?
God knows, I don't know.
Okay.
And it ending up bad because one of the people on the trip took too much and they had a bad reaction that scared all of us, and then they didn't want to talk about it. So it got really weird and it scared us. Like
what bad reaction? What's a bad reaction?
Okay, let's talk about it. So basically,
are you still friends with this person?
No. But it wasn't because of that. It was because
no, I know,
else.
but it just okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, it was me and two of my friends that I grew up with, like since middle school, my girls, and one of their boyfriends is a big boy. He's like taller than us. He's like buff, right? All of this. We're all taking I'm so specific with like these type of hallucinogens. Hallucinogens. Drugs. And and
you do need to be intentional when you are
have to
engaging
be super intentional. Like don't
mushrooms.
play don't play with her because she will play with you.
Yeah, she'll play, and that's usually why people get
sit your
spooked.
ass down, right? Okay. So I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I'm like this is how much I'm gonna take. You're taking this. You're taking this. You're taking this. I'm like putting in my intention. This kid's like, I don't give a fuck. I'ma just take. And he's like eating it, and we're like, bro, can you just chill? Like, please respect. Like, we're all good. He's like, I'm good. I'm like, okay. It's like the first time he's taking like 5 fucking milligrams. I'm like, okay, work, Diva. Maybe that's not too much for some people, but for it was his first time.
I think take a small dose, and if you don't feel it like an hour later, then take a little bit more.
Regardless, he was just like not doing it with the right mindset.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so whatever, we're having a good time. We went to the park. It was beautiful. We come back to the apartment. We're watching Wreck-It Ralph 2. Shit's hitting. Shit is hitting. Shout out to Wreck-It Ralph 2.
I haven't seen either of them. Should I watch?
Look, okay, I know some people are like, well, it's a little weird, but I don't give a fuck. Listen,
okay.
Watch Wreck-It Ralph, the first one.
No, I'll watch.
Wreck-It Ralph 2 hits. They go into the internet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's what you would think of like.
I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, where's eBay? And it's like, oh, eBay is this huge building, and it's like.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
So we were watching it, and we're like, the colors are beautiful, like the animation, delicious, right? And he's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm like, absolutely, girl, go piss, right? So he goes to the bathroom. Girl. Right, exactly. So he goes to the bathroom, right? All of a sudden, we hear like someone fighting.
Are you in someone's house?
Yes, mine.
Okay,
it's
so
my
goes to
fucking
bathroom
apartment.
And you hear someone fighting.
He's in the bathroom. It sounds like someone's fighting. And I'm like, what's going on?
Did he see himself in the mirror?
So hold on.
Don't look in the mirror if you don't know about your shadow.
So me and his girl, we look at each other and we're like, what the fuck just happened? So we run to the bathroom. I'm like, bro, you okay? Nothing. I open the door and it's like being blocked, and I'm like, what's going on? I push the door. He's on the floor, face up.
Yeah.
Like just blank face. I'm like,
yeah.
What the fuck? He's a big guy.
Yeah.
So now we're all dripping.
Yeah,
so
don't do that.
He's
don't
on
ruin
the floor.
everybody's
We're like picking him up. He's a big guy. She starts crying. She's like, what's going on?
Oh my God. Girls love to take care of their men.
Like, oh my God, what is wrong? This is my fucking apartment.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, we're picking him up. We picked him up. He like starts leaning over again. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Then we're like, are you okay? We sit him down on the couch and we're like, bro, what happened? Like, did you see something? Like, what's going on? And he was like, he started acting so weird. He started being like, no, everything's fine. I was like, well, obviously not, because we found you on the floor.
Bitch, you was on the ground.
So what
was you taking a nap by the toilet?
What did you see? What happened? Mm-hmm. He was like, nothing.
Oh,
like eyes
spooked.
super open.
He
like
spooked.
just freak, like just
spooked.
weird. His girl's fucking sobbing. He's like, tell me what happened. I'm like, it's my fucking apartment. I'm gonna get in trouble because, like, obviously my mom was not home and, like, I was doing some, fuck shit.
You were a teenager?
Huh?
How old were you?
No, I was, like, old enough, but, like.
But you were in your mom's house?
Yeah, and she was just, like, out of the country. But I was like, if anything happens, I have to call the police, and, like, I'm gonna get in trouble because I shouldn't have these people in my house regardless.
Yeah.
My mom's very strict. And so then I'm like, fuck, I have to pee. And then I go to my third friend who's still in the fucking bedroom. And I'm like, girl, can you please help me? Can you just help the other girl? She's crying. She's like, I can't move my body. I'm like, right now? Now?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, fine. I literally start calling people. I'm like, I don't know what just happened. I don't know if this kid is getting aggressive with himself or what happened, but I'm scared.
Was there any damage in the bathroom?
No.
He just fell.
What I think happened was that he saw himself in the mirror because it was a big mirror right in front of the bathroom, like right in front of the toilet. And I think he was fighting his demons.
Yeah. That's it, yeah.
And then all this to go, I called my friends. I literally, like, I ended up, the rest of that trip was so scary because I was just like, I know where my knife is. Like, I literally was like, if I have to protect my girls, I'll protect my girls because this is my apartment. Like, my whole time I was like, this is my apartment. Like, and I called my friend. I called SOSs, 3 different people.
And you thought that he was gonna freak out and take it out on all the women?
I didn't know what he was going through. So I was like, if you're getting aggressive by yourself, what is it gonna take for you to switch and turn on us?
Yeah. Do you think he was getting aggressive or he passed out and what you heard was him trying to hold himself
I don't fucking know, but I was also tripping. So all I thought was danger.
Right.
Danger
That's
to
why
yourself.
I think it's very important when people do. Okay, shrooms. Let me go all the way back. Oh, okay. Is that bad?
The weave is just fucking.
We'll edit it down.
We'll fix it in post.
So this is,
Billy's like,
and maybe it's a two-parter.
Two-parter.
So this is what I'm going to say about shrooms.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm going to say about plants in general.
Yeah.
Ethobotany is the study of plants that grow around populations, and shrooms grew in a certain community and for a certain population, and it's that population's medicine, and they take it ceremoniously, and now it has been mass produced and bastardized. And when you do ceremonial drugs without intention, the drugs do you do not do the drugs. So I'm not gonna lie, I am trying to practice less judgment, but I do kind of really judge people that like abuse shrooms. I feel like it's really been abused lately.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you don't need to look at your shadow no more. You need to like show up to the people in your life and know how to answer a phone, or like if you're dating someone, like know how to be intentional with them when you speak. You don't need to go on another fucking shroom trip.
Yeah.
And who you do those drugs with is you're so really opening up like portals between the two of you, and you need to be very specific about that.
And so the last part of that story, so I did ask SOSs, like I literally had 2 people show up to my house. Like I was like, I called them from a different room. I was like, when I'm calling you and I'm telling you this right now, I know, right?
And you have to pay attention to when it comes in between, like who you're talking about, like when it comes closer, you have to pay attention. That's how you know, because flies have energy signatures.
Motherfucker.
Okay, so you called SOS.
So I called an SOS, and then that person was like, let's go for a walk. Let's all of us go outside. Let's take a deep breath. I was like, okay, it's a great idea. Because I was like, we're all scared.
Yeah, if you're tripping on mushrooms, the best thing to do is get to nature.
Outside, right? But it's cold. That's why we were inside. So we go outside. We go to the bodega. The Bodega Cat comes outside.
I could handle a bodega on
No. We're coming down. This is like end of it. The Bodega Cat comes to all 3 of the girls. Comes and like slivers on all of us. And skips him.
That's what I'm saying.
And I was like, that's all I needed to know, Diva. That's all I needed to know.
Kat was like,
yeah,
you got to get that together.
And I was like, when I tell you, all of us looked at each other like.
I know when I should be fucking with people because my son will not come out from underneath my bed for nothing. For nothing. He won't. I'll give him treats. That heifer loves treats. I'll give him extra food. That heifer loves extra food. I'll give him lobster, salmon. He won't come out. If the energy ain't right, he'll sit underneath that bed and be like,
I'll
bitch,
wait.
I don't know what you exposing me to, but you know it ain't right, and I know it ain't right, so I'm staying right here. Period.
Bodega Cats. Okay, wait. Okay, so fuck, marry, kill. Pigeons, rats, Eric Adams.
I'm going to fuck Eric Adams, and here's why. Because I'm going to ruin his life and do all of the most like vampire, mermaid, siren energy, succubus bullshit to him.
Yummy.
And have him fucked up and confused for the rest of his life. That's the only reason why I'm going to fuck him. To do some dark magic. And
so marrying and killing like rats and pigeons is like if you were the same species.
Okay, I'm going to marry pigeons.
Okay, yeah.
Because I do believe pigeons. I love birds, and I do believe that there's some like spiritual shit, and especially in the pigeons in Brooklyn. And I'm gonna kill the rats because they're transferring a lot of disease. So you gotta go.
Okay, I'll respect that. What's if so? Wait. I want to talk about the fact that you've literally been on Just Like That and Shrill.
Yes.
Those are amazing shows.
They are.
Have you ever seen Sex and the City?
I was a big Sex and the City fan growing up, and it was a big personal deal for me when I was on that set because I remember being a kid in high school and I would sneak upstairs in my house and we had like the TV with antennas, and if you tweaked the antenna a certain way, you could pick up HBO. Ooh. And I'd watch Sex and the City, and I'd also watch this other show called Real Sex. And if you're not old enough, you don't know about Real Sex, but I'd watch those two shows. And I remember watching Sex and the City and just being like, just having a knowing, if that makes any sense. Like, I was like, I want to be on that show one day. Oh. And obviously life happened and the show was not around anymore. So, right. And I didn't have that memory until I started to film. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah. When I was in middle school / high school, I watched it. Now I will say that it did not, now that when I rewatch the old seasons, there are some problematic things and there is a lot of representation lacking, but I do think that they have a lot not literally something poking out of my nipple of my pocket. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember how I was talking about my Aunt Ethel?
Yeah.
This is
her pin.
This is one of her earrings.
Oh, earrings. Period.
I didn't even know it was in my shirt.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's a pearl. I love it.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, I used that's so funny.
Like with that one earring, I'm learning so much about her. And even the fact that it was like that in your pocket, I'm like, I didn't even realize. She wanted you to know. She was like, yeah, bitch.
It was my Nana Janie's, and then she gave it to Ethel, and then I got it when Ethel died. Yeah, so I watched the show. And then I did not, full transparency, I did not watch And Just Like That when it came out. Yeah. I didn't watch it until I was up for a job on the show. Yeah. But it's a fun, like, zeitgeisty show. Yeah.
That's beautiful. I've never seen any of it.
Yeah, it's okay.
But because I think it's one of those shows that is very, like,
it's part of the zeitgeist, meaning it's culturally relevant.
Yes.
But it's not necessarily it's like
true.
It's into a looking glass of like where we are in the times, but it's not necessarily influencing them.
Yeah. But it's also like people have such a fascination with Carrie Bradshaw, right?
And Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yes, and all of this, and they're like, I want to move to New York and like do that little jump that she right off the street.
What is she doing? When she hops off the curb, right? In the tutu skirt,
right?
Yeah,
and like people be like, in the city. I'm like, dog, why is she wearing heels for that long? Like,
right.
So I don't really. It's not like from being from New York. Like that is so far away from me. So I've never watched it. I also don't got HBO. But shout out to my friend Magda. I do got her password right now. Shout out to her.
I think working on that show and also filming that show taught me there's so many nuances to making art, and there are shows that are artistic and influential in changing how we think and how we feel, and then there are shows who like the art is developing what we have seen and giving it back to us. And I do believe that, and Just Like That is a zeitgeisty show in the sense that they know what the trend is and what people are talking about. And I will give them credit where it's due. That show is not for people who, people who live in New York enjoy Sex and the City, but that show is for somebody who lives in like Idaho that's never seen like a trans person before. And that is that show for them. Like that, it's groundbreaking for those types of people. And I, will give that credit to that.
Period. And you were also on Shrill.
Yes.
How was that?
Shrill was a interesting experience because it was my first television gig.
Okay.
And it was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And Adie Bryant was so generous and so kind to me, and she wrote me that role.
Oh.
And
hey, Adie.
And I loved it because I also love this Pacific Northwest. I have two very close friends that live in Portland. So I was like in nature when I wasn't filming. And at the time, I think I was out there for like 2 or 3 weeks because it was COVID. So you had to like go out there long enough to not test positive and then also be quarantined. I will say that I didn't really interact with a lot. I didn't interact with a lot of people filming because the time. Yeah. But Chelsea Frey, is that how you say her last name? Now she's on I don't know if the show came out because it's a strike, but it was interesting to me because life is full of patterns and circles. The other person that was co-starring on the episode with me, we had done an old like sketch video like 8 years before in New York. And we had like a couple of mutual friends, and we both were super nervous because we weren't sure if we would remember each other. Aww. So we were like, hey, at the same time, we were like, hey, do you remember that we both did that sketch video? So that was
that's
the
sweet
most,
though.
Sweet and exciting thing that happened. Yeah. But filming it was exciting. It was my first TV show, and I was like, and it was exciting.
Who's the first person you call when you receive news like that? Oh, well, you're like, I look in the mirror.
Honestly, I do. The first people I tell it's my altar, it's my ancestors. And then I, at the time, told my romantic partner, but that's not really a pattern that I have anymore. I tell my family, but it's my parents just don't really understand how this industry works. Yeah. And my parents are very much like, oh, you got a job, so that means you have a job for the rest of your life. Yeah. And if it doesn't mean you have a job for the rest of your life, then why are you spending so much of your life on something that's temporary? Yeah. So I have come to manage expectations with that. Usually what I do is I tell my ancestors, and then I call my brother. He's always been really, really incredible.
I love that. Is it just you and your brother?
It is. And he's like my best friend, and he's about to have a baby. Oh, about to have a baby. It's my baby. Oh. On the 20th is when it's
January?
Mm-hmm. Wait. I know. It's the 18th.
Oh my God, an Aquarius. Oh,
I know. Yes. Well, it was about to be a Capricorn or Aquarius, and we'll see. I'm like, that baby is me. We're both going to be Aquarii.
Oh, you're Aquarius? Mm-hmm. When's your birthday?
January 29th, same day as Oprah. Ooh. Although Oprah's stock is going down, so maybe I take that back.
Oprah's stock is going down. All these, like, the color purple.
Yes, the truth is being revealed in 2024.
Okay, let's chat. So that's amazing. And you have a live show in Brooklyn, possibly.
I do. I have a live show. I'm not sure what day of the month it's going to be, but it's going to be a monthly show in this beautiful building called South Oxford in Fort Greene. If you follow my Instagram, Embrace _mess, I will be posting about it. My first show's on the 29th, but we'll be past.
Yeah,
we'll
maybe past. But just follow Jess. Follow Jess.
Follow me.
Jess is an incredible comedian, actor, writer, obviously spiritual goddess, as I literally said at the beginning. And I think I've just had such I've learned so much. Obviously, I don't know how to fucking use a map, but now I do. Guys, you go south to get to Florida.
Yes, you go south.
And I'm so excited for everything coming your way. I'm excited to see your show, and I know you're gonna do amazing. And I just hope we work together on set one day.
Yes, we shall. And ashe, ashe, ashe.
Period. Yay. So thank you for listening to Bodega Chat. I'm Michelladonna, and this is Jess Henderson. I will see you at the next one. Bye. Make sure to follow Bodega Chat on Instagram and everywhere you get your podcast, as well as on YouTube. You can check out this full episode and look at us, honey. But also make sure to follow us on Instagram. My name is Michelladonna, and this is Jess Henderson. You can follow them on Instagram through embrace_mess. And yeah, we'll be here. No, I don't know if we'll be here.
Maybe. We'll see.